It is completely baffling to me that Apple is about to drop the single biggest iPad upgrade we have seen in half a decade on the exact same device they usually treat like a total afterthought. The iPad mini is about to get a massive overhaul, and it is happening right when Cupertino is supposedly gearing up to drop their first foldable iPhone. Think about that timing for a second. An iPhone that unfolds into an iPad mini-size screen is right around the corner. Yet Apple is pouring insane resources into a standalone 2026 iPad mini that honestly might just cannibalize their own folding phone. At first, I thought this made absolutely zero sense. Why buy a small tablet when your daily driver phone does the exact same thing? But then I started digging into the supply chain reports, and I realized Apple is quietly building a totally different kind of beast here. They are finally listening to exactly what we have been begging for, and the upgrade coming to this tiny tablet are so aggressive that it might actually become the best device in their entire lineup. Let's start with the screen, because this is the elephant in the room. We all know the current iPad mini has that miserable jelly scrolling issue that makes reading text look like you're staring at a bowl of gelatin. It has been a massive complaint for years. But according to the latest intelligence from display analyst Ross Young, Apple is finally ditching that tired LCD panel and bringing a true OLED display to the Mini. Now, if you read the reports from the LEC recently, they clarify that this is not going to be the crazy expensive tandem OLED tech you see in the brand new iPad Pro. They do not need to stack two display panels on top of each other here to get crazy brightness, because the Mini screen is much smaller and easier to illuminate. A single-layer OLED panel on an 8.7-inch display is going to look completely stunning. You're going to get those perfect inky black levels, insane contrast ratios for watching movies, and vastly superior color accuracy. Speaking of that 8.7-inch size, you might be wondering how they are increasing the screen real estate without making the device harder to hold one-handed. DG Times just dropped a report detailing how Apple is heavily shrinking those massive, chunky bezels we currently have. The physical footprint of the aluminum chassis is going to stay basically identical, which is great because the form factor is the entire reason you buy this thing. You're just getting more usable screen squeezed into that same incredibly portable body. Now, I have to be completely honest with you all. There's one detail about this display that has me feeling pretty skeptical. There are whispers that Apple might try to get away with keeping this an ancient 60 Hz panel to save cash. Honestly, I'll believe it when I see it, because releasing a brand new OLED device in 2026 without a 120 Hz promotion display would be downright insulting. Even the standard iPhone 17 is rumored to finally get 120 Hz. If Apple artificially limits the Mini to 60 Hz just to force people into buying an iPad Pro, that would be a classic Apple tax move, and it would definitely ruin some of the hype. But even at 60 Hz, switching the underlying tech to OLED basically eliminates the hardware latency that caused that notorious jelly scroll effect in the first place. So at least the core issue is getting resolved. But the display is not even the craziest part of this leak. If you have been following Mark Gurman over at Bloomberg, you know he recently teased a massive design change that is going to completely alter how we use this tablet. The 2026 iPad mini is supposedly going to be the very first iPad with true certified water resistance. The way they are pulling this off is actually wild engineering. Mako Takara corroborated some early schematics showing that Apple is completely removing the traditional speaker grills from the top and bottom of the aluminum frame. Instead of pushing sound out of tiny holes, they're implementing a vibration-based speaker system. The audio will literally vibrate right through the sealed OLED panel itself. By removing those speaker holes, Apple completely eliminates the main entry points for dust and liquid, allowing them to finally give the iPad a sealed, water-resistant enclosure. This completely changes the value proposition of the Mini. Think about taking this thing to the pool, reading in the bath, or just using it in the kitchen without stressing about splashing water on it. It gives this device a level of rugged versatility that completely destroys the upcoming foldable iPhone. Let's be real, folding phones have incredibly fragile moving parts and soft plastic screens that dent if you press a fingernail too hard. A sealed, water-resistant, aluminum slab with a gorgeous OLED screen is a completely different level of durability. I trust taking this mini to the beach way before I'd ever risk bringing a $2,000 folding phone anywhere near sand. Under the hood, the performance metrics we are hearing about are genuinely shocking. You would expect Apple to throw an older chip in here to save money, maybe a hand-me-down processor from last year's base iPhone. But Ming-Chi Core recently detailed Apple's roadmap for their next-generation silicon, and it looks like the iPad mini is going to bypass the older chips entirely and jump straight to the A20 Pro. Yes, the exact same premium silicon that is destined for the incredibly expensive iPhone 18 Pro and Ultra models. We are talking cutting-edge TSMC, 3-nanometer yields, insane power efficiency, and a massive 12 gigabytes of unified memory. That memory bump is completely necessary for running all the heavy, on-device Apple Intelligence models that are going to be baked deeply into iPad OS by the time this launches. This level of silicon means the Mini is going to be an absolute powerhouse for mobile gaming and heavy photo editing. My only real concern here is thermal throttling. Packing an ultra-powerful A20 Pro chip into such a thin, small, passively cooled chassis is definitely going to test the limits of Apple's thermal design. We have seen iPhones get incredibly hot under sustained loads, so hopefully, the larger surface area of the iPad mini's backplate will act as an efficient enough heatsink to keep those heavy gaming sessions running smoothly. On top of the A20 Pro, leaker Shrimp Apple Pro has indicated that the cellular models of this mini will ditch Qualcomm entirely and debut Apple's very own custom C2 5G modem, bringing seamless integration and better battery life when you're off Wi-Fi. So what is the catch? Because there's always a catch when Cupertino packs this much premium hardware into a single device. It all comes down to a price tag. The current iPad mini already got a quiet price bump up to $600, which is already a tough pill to swallow for a secondary companion device. But with the addition of a custom OLED panel, the highly advanced A20 Pro silicon, and that brand new vibration speaker technology, I am incredibly confident we are looking at a starting price of around $700. That puts it in extremely weird territory, making the smallest tablet in the lineup more expensive than a 10.9-inch iPad Air. It is a bold move, but it essentially positions the Mini not as a budget tablet, but as a hyper-premium, ultra-portable luxury device. Are these upgrades enough to justify a $700 price point for you? I want you to drop a comment right now and tell me if you're willing to pay that premium for an OLED water-resistant Mini, or if you think a foldable iPhone makes this entire product category completely obsolete. Honestly, I think the demand for a dedicated, highly durable, small form factor media consumption device is stronger than Apple even realizes. If they can stick the landing on this launch, avoid massive thermal throttling, and finally give us a flawless display, the 2026 iPad mini might just become the single best product in their entire ecosystem.